You meet an elderly woman shrouded in various colorful veils. As she disappears into the weirdness. You find an elderly archer sitting near a small fire. He tends the flames with care and tenderness.
Oh, a visitor? I haven't seen a friendly human face for a long time. It's getting lonely out here.
With a gesture, he invites you to sit with him.
Beautiful, isn't it? The question shouldn't be who I am, my friend. The question should be who I was. Because right now, I'd say I'm pretty much nobody. Not much. I tend to the fire and watch over this place. Since I failed to fulfill my task, I need to sit here and watch the fire. I don't want to, but I have to. I'm certain something terrible will happen if I stop. Well, that's definitely a story for another time, but I do appreciate you asking.
As you sit by the archer, you notice that this fire doesn't behave like a regular fire. It has the power to push weirdness away, just like a menhir or a weird candle. Moreover, you suddenly notice that the man's legs are rooted into the ground with blue veins. The veins stretch from his feet into the fire pit. You form a question in your mind, but when you look into the man's eyes, you realize there's no point in asking it. His gaze is absent, and his movements are barely noticeable. You decide to leave it for another time and turn your eyes towards the fire. The flames flicker with a weird, magical rhythm. The first thing you notice is a long veil made of rags, leaves, and scraps of fur, held together with a snow-white thread. Then you notice a woman with a gaunt face and greying hair. She's busy sewing more scraps of random material to the end of the veil. Her fingers flash so fast you can barely see them. When she stops sewing and raises her eyes to meet your gaze, a chilling truth is revealed. The weirdness transformed the tips of her fingers into long, sharp needles.
Do you need any sewing? I can take care of garments, body or soul. They're all the same anyway. Me? Oh, there's nothing to say really. I'm Neith, a seamstress. In my past life I used to make gowns, cloaks and garments, mostly for women in noble knights. Now I've been improved.
She looks briefly at her needle-like fingers.
And after that, my clientele changed. Currently, I'm making sheets for my protector. And let all Mother be my witness. She's a demanding customer.
She smiles mysteriously.
Well, you probably wouldn't like her very much. But she keeps me safe. She's very protective. But it seems she's about to go into labor soon. She forgot to bring me food and kept pushing me to sew more and more. I'm exhausted, to be honest.
You can see she's surprised by your offer.
Oh, you'll have to wait a moment. I have a commission to finish first.
You stand and watch as she finishes the long veil. The last piece she adds is the fur of a feral cat, still dripping with blood. The seamstress then folds the veil into a neat square and places it on the rock.
Here, I think she'll like it.
She shudders.
I really hope she does. Now, let's go and see this village of yours.
There's an old saying, all that glitters is cold. Even still, when you notice a pale shivering light between the trees at the edge of the weirdness, you feel beckoned to follow the light deeper into the forest. As you walk deeper into the woods, the darkness grows ever more impenetrable and the light fades to shadow. The thorns of weirdness twisted trees carve sigils into your flesh. You can still see the light, yet the distance between you and it never seems to close. There's no telling whether it's real or a figment of your imagination. Strange and twisted growths complicate your journey further. They crowd the path and taint the air, making it difficult to breathe. Your steps become slow and labored as weakness spreads throughout your body. Logic tells you there's nothing to be found in these woods, but you continue out of, what, greed? Curiosity? Was that old saying about curiosity and a cat? Leaves rustle, twigs snap, and suddenly a mysterious creature emerges. Your heart skips. A dazzling light, the very same glow you've been following, shines from a cavity in the creature's chest. The creature raises its hand and extends a wicked claw in your direction.
Persevering this far proves that you are brave, human.
The creature speaks with a voice like silence coalescing over a long-forgotten battlefield.
Raising a blade against me. Even braver.
The light within the creature's chest burns brighter.
Once my worshippers were brave like this. They brought me to this place. We rode the waves on the huge wooden ships, and then they disappeared. Left me here. All alone.
You sense the creature's anger rising.
I could use you, but if you refuse, I will feed on your soul. Bring me my eyes. They were stolen from me. My own worshippers took them.
Ravens flock and wheel above him, their violent screams accenting his last words. Could these birds serve as his sight? And what kind of worshippers would steal from their deity?
Find them. Find my worshippers. Look for them in the trees, hanging from the branches, just like I used to hang many moons ago.
The creature touches your forehead. A sudden flash of light blazes behind your eyelids.
And this will help you understand the words of the dead.
As he speaks the last words, he disappears into the weirdness. You hear someone screaming nearby.
Godless healing! Godless healing!
Intrigued, you approach the source of the sound. It turns out to be a joyful man advertising his merchandise to the nearest trees.
Who said you need an all-mother or a stag-father to have a blessing of health? Let's not dwell on them anymore. It's all about potions and elixirs and other trinkets infused with proper...
His monologue goes on. You can see tiny horns growing from his skull. His mind clearly isn't quite right either. Maybe disrespecting the gods wasn't such a great idea after all. Something moves at the edge of your sight. Something small and humanoid. With your weapon ready, you move deeper into the woods. Then you hear a squeaky voice coming from the darkness.
Quite unique you are.
A small, pale, and seemingly ancient woman emerges from the shadows. She looks at you with a mysterious smile and a keen gaze.
Nobody has come to see me in a long time. Well, the one thing I certainly am is old. Perhaps as old as time itself. But it doesn't matter. Want some candy?
Her gesture clarifies that by candy, she means the small creature, vaguely resembling an octopus, which she clutches in her hand.
Oh, then I wasn't wrong about you. I'm sorry. That's a little test I do for every creature I come across. You know, he is my favorite being in all of creation. He doesn't talk much, but I'm fond of his presence. Now, I have something for you. Pick a hand.